Welcome to Wild Sun Tarot. This is your monthly energy check-in for the zodiac sign of Gemini. Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome. We will check your energy for September, going through your recent energy, your current energy, and the upcoming one. Okay. We will also try to see different sectors of your life. So we'll go through connections, through your stability and your health. So let's get into it. Let's go see what is the recent energy for the zodiac sign of Gemini for the month of September. Okay, starting strong, Gemini. Oh, we don't know if this card wants to come out. Okay, Eight of Cups. And Three of Pentacles. Okay, so we have Ten of Swords, Eight of Cups, Three of Pentacles. So it feels like there's something that may be coming to an end, okay, Gemini? Something that maybe wasn't fulfilling you emotionally, okay, for maybe already some period of time. You feel like, you know, maybe there's more somewhere else. Maybe this ending is not coming from your side, but it still feels like something wasn't aligning with your happiness anymore, and feels like whatever there was wasn't enough, to continue. So it could be in connection, like maybe a team, because the Three of Pentacles often refers to like working on something with other people. So it could be that you're, maybe ending your career and moving towards something more fulfilling, because maybe you're disagreeing on your team, or maybe there's nothing more that you can add or you want to add in this particular in this particular place. So you're moving somewhere that you think you can find more happiness, okay? It could be as well relationship that is just wasn't fulfilling enough, and maybe with that particular person you weren't compatible enough to create in this period of life. Whatever that is, it's ending. It may be hurtful, but it feels like that you need something more, something better, that you need something else. It feels like that, with this Eight of Cups. Okay. So what is happening currently? Where this energy went? So far, we have minor arcana, so I don't feel like there's like a huge energy shift here. I think you're the first sign to not have major arcanas. This month is a little bit tricky for everyone. So let's see what's happening next. Okay. Let's see what's current energy for you, Gemini. And we have the Hermit, so there is major arcana after all. Okay. What else is happening for Gemini in the month of September? What's happening for the gems? Okay, so we have the Hermit, we have Nine of Cups, and we have Ace of Cups. Interesting. Surprisingly, Knight of Cups is in exact the same position as it was in the Taurus reading just a second ago. Okay, so maybe some of you connecting to Taurus, maybe you have tarot placement. Nonetheless, I feel like you're not really an outgoing person in this period of time. In your current energy in September, it feels like you're kind of like trying to stay within and maybe cherish your energy. Maybe you're cherishing your love for others, for yourself, creativity. It feels like you're searching something from within. Okay. Hermit energy is good for us to realize something, but it's not the best to stay for a long period of time. Okay, sometimes we do need to disconnect. So if this disconnect brings you a lot of peace, and you feel like at home, you feel comforted, right, after this Eight of Cups, then great. But don't stay too isolated, right? Like you still need to have some contact with people, even in a little form, right? Right now it's just like a redirection, but you don't want Hermit to stay longer than, like, let's say a month. Okay, so keep that in mind, especially for you, Gemini, when you're like a very social person, right? Everyone needs the time off, but remember that you don't need to close yourself because something didn't work. Okay, there's other things that may come that will work. So if this was about the connection, it may crush a little bit your self-esteem or your love towards yourself even, because Ace of Cups in this position, it feels like there's maybe not a lot you can pour into yourself. I feel like there may be people around you who want to pour love towards you, okay? Or maybe you're just trying to find your creativity and that feeling again, okay? It feels like, how does it feels like? It's not like you lost love. It just feels like you lost that feeling of knowing where and how to fulfill yourself, okay? So maybe you're trying to just realign it again, like find that love for life almost, or like love to keep going, you know? So yeah, if this is about the relationship, you're just trying to you know, realign your feelings. There may be like a new energy that wants to come in to comfort you, or because I don't see like the past energy coming back. But there may be like people around you who wants to in some way, shape or form show you some affection with the Knight of Cups, you know. It just feels like you're not open to it with the Ace of Cups being put in the reverse position, okay? And that's fair, it's okay, you know. It feels like you've been through some emotional detachment here in the recent past, so it's natural that you're not as open, right? Again, this is a temporary, okay? Throughout September, it may feel like you know, it's a bit hard or not comfortable, but it is a temporary, and in a way this shows you that maybe you're just not ready yet for something, you know. So you still need to kind of like find yourself within the Hermit energy, and first give that cup to yourself, and it kind of needs to be, because like I feel like whoever wants to give you a cup, right? Friends, family, maybe new love interest, you're not taking it, okay? You need to kind of like you know, be a little bit with yourself, with your thoughts, to really be able to accept that cup again. In a way, I don't know. Let's see what's coming in the future. Because I don't know why, like, I mean, it's not like I feel like this cup is in this position because of your recent things, right? At the moment, I don't see that there's any cognition, like, to hurt you, but I feel like it feels like you're tired, you know, like you're drowned, like you're like, I'm enough of this, you know? So you just want to be left alone in a way. And I don't feel like people want to leave you alone, so you kind of force yourself to that isolation. Yeah, that's kind of like, you know, that feeling. Okay, we have Five of Swords. Oh my God, is there a conflict coming in? We have Five of Swords, the Hangman in the reversed. I don't know, I just put my hair too close to the camera. The camera shift. And we have Knight of Swords. Okay, well, it feels like there's a lot of thoughts and words. You know, you have to be careful a little bit into future. I feel like, I feel like someone either doesn't like or want to push you forward, or maybe you feel like you need to step out of this Hermit, and you know, I feel like there can be like upcoming conflict that, you know, is not necessary, but be hard because you're speaking from like position of the swords of air. You may be insensitive, okay? So just keep in mind that people can have different perspective on what is happening. I feel like you don't want to see it, like you don't, oh my God, okay, don't get mad at me, Gemini, but it feels like in the future you don't really care as much as what other thing or how they see the situation. You just want to like get things done or maybe move forward, and you may be rushing too much or like hurting people on the way unknowingly, just using harsh words, okay? You're very outspoken, you're really good at it, but it feels like here you're just not considerate, okay? It may be that someone wants to kind of bring you you know, bring you peace, some emotions, and you may hurt that person unintentionally because they don't know where your head's up, okay? So maybe it would be good to try to communicate better with people where you are, in a calm way, okay? Not to rush, not to be insensitive, just to say, hey, you know, I'm really not able to, I don't know, give right now, or say something, or, you know, be in that way that you know me, or I would like to show up. So just address that you're healing in a way, because the Hermit often is like a healing energy, especially looking at your past. It feels like you are in some way healing or like recovering. So just be sure to, in the future, in the nearest future, to address that you can't really show up differently than maybe the way you do. It doesn't give you like an excuse to judge people or like to be mean, but just say that you don't have ability to, let's say, talk or like meet or just do AYZ, and you need space or time. Just tell people what you need, and try to do it in a very calm way. If someone takes offense, that's on them, okay? If someone doesn't understand where you're coming from, that's also on them, because this Hanged Man and the Five of Swords can be a position of someone else. Maybe someone is frustrated that you can't give, right? Or someone is frustrated that you need something right now that maybe they can't give, or like you don't want to receive, and it's okay. They can be frustrated. Just don't get into conflict, because you're in an energy of needing to just stay at peace. So let's see how it works through relationships and finance and your future in your health and mind. But one more thing is that I really feel like this is about like a healing journey for most of you, okay? Like you've been through something ended, you needed to like really recover, and at the moment you're like just unable to give a lot, okay? So I feel like it can be about connection, but mostly about your like soul, like your health, your mental health, so yeah, so that's will be the third card most likely. But let's see. Four of Swords, Three of Wands. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Let's start with Four of Cups. So Four of Cups in the reverse position regarding connection. Yeah, basically, if there's someone who wants to engage with you romantically, or maybe even just give you, some type of reassurance on love, it doesn't have to be romantic, you're not in for it, okay? You feels like you have your back turned to any type of love or connection, especially if it's new, okay? With Four of Cups. So again, like, it's understandable coming from Eight of Cups, but just remember that this is temporary. To not close yourself completely. If it's time of healing, good, heal yourself, right? But healings is also takes this little steps to slowly coming up there to people, right? Being a bit more open, again, like healing in that way, not just closing yourself forever and ever, right? And keep in mind that new cups are not the same that they were in the past. Maybe you need to choose a bit more wisely of the people you surround yourself with, right? So maybe that's what you're figuring out at the moment. But it also may mean that, some things go and others come, okay? And if it's not the space for now, okay. But, don't close off yourself to completely. Because also, like, why I say this, it's because we have a Knight of Cups here, and I feel like Knight of Cups, it's a really nice energy that wants to come into your life. So the people that wants to come into your life right now or wants to help you, they're not the bad guys. So don't turn your back on the good guys, okay? Good guys, I mean guys and girls, guys, I mean everyone, women, men, friends, love interests, anyone. Just be more selective maybe. Okay, and then we have Four of Swords regarding your stability, money matter. Well, Four of Swords is like a little bit of a step back, okay? Or basically just, non-action, which, yeah, aligns with the Hermit. I would be surprised if there was a lot of action here still, since we have the Hermit. So basically, Four of Swords here, it says that, you're in a stalemate right now, and maybe you're waiting for something to happen, right? You're waiting for things to come. Regarding your finances, well, money doesn't make themselves, right? But sometimes we do need to wait for stuff. So you may be waiting for a proposition. You may be waiting for a response. And it's okay. You can wait for that, but make sure you you showed up, right? Because you cannot wait for the answer if you didn't ask the question, right? So, I see some messages coming in. So if you're waiting for like a job, maybe this will be something that you didn't thought of. Maybe it's a little bit different, but there are things coming in, okay? Make sure to not make sure to not come too strongly if this is like a new offer, for example, okay? With the Five of Swords, really show up to yourself in the best way, okay? I feel like your money is pretty much safe. Just don't, yeah, I think it's safe because you're not really moving, doing anything. So if this is like a change of job, it seems like things are slow, but they're coming, okay? There's things speeding up. So right now it's good that you heal. You can, you know, put yourself out there a little bit more. With the Hermit, I know that's not what you really want to do, but with the Four of Swords, nothing will happen from just waiting, okay? So you do need to put out an action, and I feel like you either start putting up the action in the future or the action is coming to you, okay? So yeah, maybe try to do something creative. It feels like it's coming up for you here, that's energy you want to, you know, be a bit more moved towards, okay? Yeah. I think that's it, what I'm seeing. If this is like in your current position, I don't feel like much is changing, because I truly feel like something ended, and maybe like you change teams. If you're still like in the same position, you change teams. I don't see any promotions coming in. I see maybe conflict, so please check how you work with your team. Don't close off yourself to other members of the team. Just try to, you know, find the middle ground, because not doing anything, like not communicating your problems with the team, is also a problem, right? Because it may lead to arguments. So just be careful with that, okay? Try to see others' perspective as well on what you guys are doing. And we have Three of Wands. Three of Wands, that's great energy for you, I think, because it's an energy that says that, you know, it's time. Like you're changing, you're stepping in, and you're moving forward, okay? So it feels like with the Three of Wands, you kind of are ready to take that next step. You see, so surprisingly, even though like the Hermit is here and I felt like you closed off yourself a little bit, I feel like you're ready to move, okay? So you were a bit closed off, but now it's time to move. Like you saw the target and you're trying to move towards that target, okay? Which is great. Actually, it's nice that you keep on moving, because again, like in the Hermit is great, but you don't want to stay for it too long. So I feel like you slowly will be coming out of it. You're getting more strength, okay? Maybe exactly, you're healing, you know? So there may be some traveling that you want to do, okay? Maybe this is traveling for, you know, work. Maybe someone is traveling to you. Yeah. It's really nice. It feels like you're regaining your power again soon, okay? So, I mean, this is all about regaining power, because at first you need to lose it and realign, and then you're ready to step in, okay? So again, I feel like your soon starts to move. Just keep in mind to not move too aggressively, let's say. And, you know, if you're stepping into new environment, make sure you present yourself in the best way and listen more than talk, okay? Try to find out where the other people are before you really show up like very strongly, okay? I'm not saying pretend to be someone else, but just watch out and observe, okay? Because I feel like when you go out of this Hermit, you will want to like push. And in this energy, it feels like, you know, pushing may cause conflict. So just be very careful to not cause conflict, okay? Let's see some messages, advice you have here for the month of September for Gemini. I don't know why I kept, but usually I take just one card, but I don't know, for some reason I don't know, I just realized going. Okay, Six of Wands and the Dream. This is very interesting. This is another card with the road that we have here, that it's different, okay, from the typical deck. The Dream, interesting, and it's in the reverse position. Don't think your dreams are not achievable, okay? I feel like for a lot of you, you kind of gave up. You kind of like in this mindset that, okay, you need to be realistic. And yes, it's good to be realistic, but don't give up on your dreams completely just because you didn't achieve them yet. Just because it didn't happen now, it doesn't mean you have to stop dreaming, you know? Of course, maybe it's time to be a bit more practical if you just like lost a position or lost a relationship and, you know, you need to like realign your life. Great, but don't lose hope for dreams. So try to realign your dreams into what you're doing, okay? Keep doing the little stuff that make you you, okay? It's not a partner or a job. It's everything around it, okay? And with the Six of Wands, it feels like you need to gain a little bit more confidence in your own achievement. Like, just because one thing didn't work out doesn't mean you're, you know, complete failure or things like that. That's very much connected to Six of Wands, okay? And it doesn't matter what other things or how they see you. It matters how you see yourself, what is the image you go to sleep with at night, okay? How you present to yourself, and you only you know how much you can achieve, okay? And that's very important here to remember with these two cards. Don't let others dictate how your life should be or what it can be, you know. Even if there's something, if this something break here, this is just realignment, you know, with your true self. It doesn't mean you've lost something, really. Meditate and contemplate. Yeah, very good. Exactly. You know, because this is something that connects you to yourself, especially in the Hermit. That's a very good task to do, because you go into Hermit mode to really find yourself, right? No one knows you how you know you. So to meditate and contemplate may really help you realign again with your emotions, with how you feel about your needs and wants and what you want from life. This will really help you. So meditate and contemplate, especially if also for Gemini, you sometimes are so quick-minded, you know, just so much thoughts. This can calm you and put you on the right path again. Or maybe just even just comfort you with knowing that you're, you know, doing well, knowing that you're okay, you know, sometimes. I feel like that's what we forget, that, you know, we're okay. Surrender to the sweetness. Oh my God, beautiful. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Oh my God, make love to life, Gemini. Beautiful. Interesting, because right now, again, I feel like you're so closed on this like cups energy here. So it feels like, you know, you're not surrendering to it, right? You're more like stepping into your energy, like you're calming yourself down. But maybe that's also like the challenge this month, to really, even though maybe it's tough, even though maybe you don't want, you know, a lot of contact right now, just surrender yourself to what it is, and don't maybe assume about stuff. Just go through life, right? Just step by step. Try to make what feels right at the moment, and follow that feeling, right? So meditate and then surrender to how the day will go. You can have plans, you can, you know, try to realign, maybe you try to, you know, look for something, but I think surrender is a very good advice also for what's upcoming, with like any conflicts or like change of perspective. Just surrender to the idea that maybe something you thought is actually different, right? And just go through that. So yeah, that would be the energy for September. Not bad, Gemini, really not bad. I feel like you're just healing and a little bit realigning more with yourself, but maybe you know, it didn't felt like that at first, right? And right now you may feel a bit stuck, or like outside. I mean, outside of like your typical life. I'm not saying outside, because I feel like you're actually being pulled a bit more insight into yourself. But actually with the Three of Wands, it would be also a good advice to just step outside, okay? Go travel, go do something with the Three of Wands. That can help your mental health a lot, okay? Or just try new adventures. I know with the Hermit energy, you really don't want to, but maybe try once a week, okay? Or like once 2 weeks, okay? And I think that you'll be fine. And again, like I want you to still believe in this dream, whatever the dream is, okay? It feels like a powerful card. So it's in the reverse, but I still feel like it's not about like realizing reality doesn't align. It's about making your reality this dream, okay? So okay, maybe now you need to focus a bit more on practical things, but the dream is still there, and you don't need to give up on it just because some people say it's not, you know, for them. Whatever, let them say whatever. There's a beautiful energy around you. I feel like you do have some support, love, so just keep going with that, okay? And that will be it for September. So thank you so much for watching, okay? I hope it resonated, and if you like, you can also book a personal reading with me. So you can comment down below or you can send me an email. And I also do daily TikTok energy check. I also do it here on YouTube. So you can follow that. And I wish you all the best for the upcoming month. I think you got it. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Good luck and bye-bye.